while, a car comes along that doesn't just push its brand forward, but actually makes people stop and say, okay, this one's different. And that's exactly what's happening with the upcoming 2026 Leapmotor Lafa 5. I've been diving into the details, and honestly, it feels like Leapmotor is ready to step out of the shadows and start playing with the big names in the global EV and hybrid space. First things first, the design. Man, the Lafa 5 just looks futuristic without being over the top. It's got this clean, sculpted body with muscular lines that give it a sporty stance, but it's not trying too hard. The front end has this wide, confident grille paired with sleek LED headlights that stretch into the sides, giving it this aggressive yet elegant face. And from the rear, the taillights almost wrap around, making it look wider and more planted. Honestly, it's one of those SUVs you'd double take at if you saw it roll by on the street. It's bold but refined, like Leapmotor really studied what works globally instead of just designing for one market. But here's where things get really interesting. Under the hood, or I guess, under the floor, we've got a hybrid setup. Now, Leapmotor's always been known more for their electric offerings, but with the Lafa 5, they've gone for this hybrid approach that blends EV efficiency with a gasoline backup. The result? You're looking at impressive range numbers for long trips and zero range anxiety for people who aren't fully ready to go all in on electric. And here's the kicker. They've tuned it for performance too. We're not just talking about a city cruiser. The Lafa 5 can actually hold its own off-road. It's got smart all-wheel drive, decent ground clearance, and driving modes that adapt depending on where you're heading, whether that's a rocky trail, snowy road, or just the everyday urban grind. Inside, Leapmotor has really leveled up. The cabin is a whole different vibe compared to earlier models. When you open the door, you're greeted with this minimalist but tech-heavy interior. A massive central touchscreen dominates the dashboard, but it doesn't feel like it's just slapped on there. It's integrated beautifully, and the digital driver's display behind the wheel is crisp and responsive. The materials feel premium, with soft-touch leather, brushed metals, and even eco-friendly trim options that nod to sustainability. And they've finally nailed the seating comfort too, with ventilated and heated seats, plus way more legroom in the back than before. What I love most, though, is the little tech touches. Leapmotor has clearly been watching how Tesla, BYD, and even the Germans do things. You've got an AI-powered assistant that responds naturally to your voice, wireless charging pads, a panoramic roof that floods the cabin with light, and one of the quietest rides in its class. It really feels like they want the Lafa 5 to be that car where you step inside and instantly feel like you're in the future. Now, let's talk pricing, because this is where Leapmotor is about to shake things up. They're not aiming for crazy six-figure luxury SUV territory. Instead, the Lafa 5 is expected to land in a very competitive price bracket, undercutting rivals like Tesla's Model Y or even the higher trims of BYD's Tang. For the features you're getting, the hybrid engine, the premium interior, the tech, and the off-road capability, that's going to make a lot of people think twice before buying elsewhere. And when you compare it to Leapmotor's past models, it's honestly night and day. Older Leapmotor cars always had that budget EV feel, like they were good but not quite ready to stand on the world stage. The Lafa 5 feels like their graduation moment. It's polished, powerful, practical, and stylish all at once. It doesn't feel like a catch-up attempt anymore. It feels like they're setting trends. So who's this car really for? I'd say it's perfect for someone who wants the future-forward vibe of an EV, but isn't ready to give up the security of a hybrid setup. Families are going to love it for the space and comfort. Adventurers are going to love it for the off-road capability. and tech lovers are going to love it for the gadgets. It's kind of that sweet spot where it checks almost every box without forcing you to compromise. I'll be real with you. Leapmotor might not yet have the brand recognition of Tesla or BMW worldwide. But if they keep this momentum going with cars like the 2026 Lafa 5, they're going to turn a lot of heads in markets outside of China. This feels like the car that could make people say, hey, maybe it's time I gave Leapmotor a chance. So yeah, 2026 is shaping up to be a pretty exciting year for cars, and the Leapmotor Lafa 5 is definitely one of the models to keep an eye on. It's bold, it's balanced, and it's proof that the EV and hybrid game is only getting more competitive. If you're shopping for a next-gen SUV, this one absolutely deserves a spot on your radar.